Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Quan Wath with the Great Millstone Charlotte Camp, coming with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And, I wanted to title this lesson, Prophecies Got You Surrounded, man. Speaking to these elites, speaking to these people who don't believe in the Lord, right? Who don't believe that the end of this Babylonian system is upon them, man. But, unbeknownst to them, all the prophecies that you see taking place are surrounding the whole earth, right? And I'm going to start here in this article. It's talking about, from the World Economic Forum, it reads, "Welcome to the age of the polycrisis, the global risk report of 2023. Now, Brother Yeshaya in the camp, brought this out. But this is the polycrisis that is affecting the whole earth. You look up that word, it says, a cluster of related global risk with compounding effects such that the overall impact exceeds the sum of each part." And that's what we're seeing, right? This is what's happening across the whole earth, man. We're seeing everything happening that is that has been prophesied. The wars and rumors of wars, the plagues and famines, the pestilences, the uproars of the people. All these things are compounding upon each other, man. And it's culminating in the end of Babylon the Great, man. It's gonna ultimately, the nuclear missile, the World War III, launching these nuclear missiles upon Babylon the Great is gonna be that the finality of this thing, man. But going back to that article, let me see here. It says, as 2023 begins, the world is facing a set of risks that feel both wholly new and eerily familiar, right? Nothing new under the sun. Why is that? Because this second iteration of the Roman Empire, the revived Roman Empire, is feeling the same effects of its downfall, man. The same things that were the downfall of that first Roman society is what's going to affect this one, man. And we're seeing it, whether it be the economy, the devaluing of the money, the various plagues, the armies being stretched out too thin, all these things, the moral degradation of the people. All these things are all, like it says, wholly new and eerily familiar, man. Because it's happened once before. Only this time, nuclear fire is going to be, that ending remedy, man. Right? It says, so reads the summary of the Global Risk Report 2023, the result of a huge annual survey conducted by the World Economic Forum in collaboration with Marsh McLean Zurich Insurance Group. Let me see what we got here. It says global risk. Actually, it's like it. We've seen a return of older risks: inflation, cost of living crises, trade wars, capital outflows from emerging markets, widespread social unrest, geopolitical confrontation, and the specter of nuclear warfare, which few of this generation's business leaders or public policymakers have experienced. So these are all the prophecies, man, right? All these things are prophesied to happen. Inflation, cost of living rises, the trade wars, right? Social unrest, geopolitical confrontations, nuclear warfare. All these things were prophesied to happen in the scriptures, man. Continuing on, it says the Global Risk Report is a fascinating read. It looks at a short-term and long-term perception, and in the longer term or the medium term, the threat posed by climate change is the top risk on the 10-year time horizon. But in the short term, worries about natural disasters and extreme weather fall to second place, pushed off the top by the cost of living crisis, because this whole economy is failing, man. The U.S. dollar is about to be replaced by this digital currency. Because why? Because ultimately they want to push that MOTB. And in order to do so, The current USD, the current buying and selling methods have to be done away with, man. Cash has to be completely eradicated, and people have to be forced into a situation where they take that CHIP, man. You know, that digital implantable buy or sell device, right? Let me see here. Jump to the article. We're just gonna read through the table of contents just to get a little bit of what the this thing reads, and it looks like an interesting read. You know, it's long, so I'll put this in the description, Lord willing. But it says here, current crises, cost of living crisis, economic downturn, economic welfare, climate action hiatus, societal polarization. It says, let me see what else we got. Global risk, tomorrow's catastrophes. Natural ecosystems past the point of no return, right? Because this man is destroying the whole ecosystem. You know, he's destroying the whole earth. It says human health, perma-pandemics, and chronic capacity challenges. Let me look at that word, perma-pandemics. Oh, let me see if I can. Perma-pandemics. Slovakia. Perma-pandemics. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm not seeing much. Now they're saying perma crisis, you know, which is an extended, like it says here, what does it say? An extended period of instability and security. So it's extended periods of pandemics, man. You know, like it says, a perma pandemic. You know, so like the scriptures talk about the pestilences and the plagues, man. You know, all these things, you know, Esau got in his bag. He defrosting all these different long ago plagues and coming up with new plagues, man. You know, it says human security, new weapons, new conflicts, digital rights, privacy imperiled. You know, because why? You know, they see this word coming across the four winds, man. Right? The prophets, you know, as we went into camp on Wednesday, you know, this word is going up to the gates of the nobles, right? And now they're going to do everything they can to stop the spread of the gospel, man, right? It says economic stability, global debt distress. Yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, I'll read through this, you know, Lord willing, you know, something else will come up out of this. But again, I'll put it in the description box. It says the Global Risk Report of 2023. But all these things have been prophesied, man. You know, now let's read this in 2nd Ezra 16. You know, because this is a very prophetic chapter. You know, because it makes mention of all these things that we were reading, man. You know, all the various plagues and pestilences, man. The uproars of the people, the wars, the nuclear fire, all these things, man. You know, and these are all the poly crisis that's taking hold on the whole earth, man. Right? So like it. So 2nd Ezra chapter 16, starting in verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, Assyria. Woe unto thee, Egypt and Syria. So let me start from the top. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourself with sackcloth and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Right? You know, the downfall of this place is at hand. Meaning it's nearby, man. You know, we're seeing the end of Babylon as we speak. You know, all these, we're watching the downfall of the so-called greatest kingdom, you know, on the earth, right? It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? You know, and that's the prophecies, man, right? All these prophecies that the Lord spoke, are coming to pass, right? The Lord's word, does not return unto him void. You read in Isaiah, man, right? But it accomplishes that which he seeketh, man, right? It said, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away, right? Because all these things are unstoppable, man. There's no action you can take to to offset prophecy, man. Right? We see Esau, Edom taking all these precautions, but like we'll read ahead, is all these plagues are gonna come upon you on all sides, man. So it's unavoidable, right? The prophecy has the world in the chokehold right now, man. You are surrounded, right? Like the prophecy, like the police, man. You're surrounded, man. There's no way out. Come out with your hands up, man. It says, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer going into the nuclear fire or nuclear missiles, right? Once that button gets hit, it's over, man. Those missiles are going to hit the targets that the Lord has deemed, for them to strike, man. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Right. This is all the will of the Lord, man. Of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. This is all the will of the Lord. That all these plagues befall this place, man. Right? It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? No one. It says, Salakia, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Right? That nuclear fire again, man. It's going to be that ultimate cleansing agent, that besom of destruction, man. That going into sweeping away all wickedness, man. It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence, right? Because the Lord's, he's coming to establish his power once again in the earth, man. Al-Shaja, that terrible demon-like power, man. The earth is going to remember that name, speaking on the importance of the name, man, right? He's going to make his name known among all the nations, man. Not just Israel. They're going to understand who the power of the Israelites is, man, right? It says, and that's what they're afraid of, because they understand, the power of the Lord, but they're trying to offset all these prophecies, man, because they know that once the Israelites get back in power, there's no turning back, man, right? It says, it's like the earth quaketh, and the foundations of the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, man. So these missiles are going to hit their targets, man. They're not going to break their ranks, as the scriptures say. And shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, man. That Western hemisphere, right? From all the way across the earth, from Russia and China, Syria, India. Who else got them, man? Iran. All these missiles, it's like it, are going to be shot from the ends of the world. Where? To Babylon the Great, man. And fucking over there in Israel too, man. To get those damn gutter rats, right? Because that land has to be cleansed too. Behold, verse 14, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth, man. That polycrisis, man. On all sides is various crises, however you say it, that are befalling the earth, man. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out. It shall consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so, the plagues that that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. So once this thing got started, starting with the Lord revealing himself into our elder Abba Bivens, man. It was just the beginning of the end from there, man. Our people are, slowly but surely, coming back into their power to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And through that, a part of that is all these prophecies coming to pass, man. Right? We're seeing World War III. We're seeing the plagues and pestilences, man. COVID was just a flash in the pan. Compared to what's about to befall the earth, man. It's going to be things as you read in Daniel 12, man. It's going to be a time like never before, man. Right? So it's plagues and pestilences that we ain't never seen before that's about to get released, man. It says, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Because Esdras was like, God damn, right? All this is about to happen. How am I gonna get out of here, man? Right? It's like it. It says, like as in verse 18. The beginnings of sorrows, right? And we're in the midst of the beginnings of sorrows, man. The beginnings of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, right? So all these, government officials, all these so-called elites, they're going to be standing in fear, man. Because they're going to lose control. They think they have control right now. But look, the Lord is about to upset their devices, man. Right? It says, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginnings of evils. And what shall I do when these evils shall come? Hey, evils and only evils are coming, man. Ezekiel, I think that's 7. Let me just get it. I don't want to quote it. Ezekiel. Seven and 5. It reads, Thus saith the Lord, power and evil and only evil, behold, is come. The end is come, the end is come. Or an end is come, the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. Man, and you read that in the Good News translation, it talks about destruction upon destruction, man. That's what's coming to this place, right? And it's all been prophesied as we're reading. And as we read in that article, these are the examples, man, right? This polycrisis, right? All these various plagues and pestilences that are befalling the earth, man. This is back in 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. That's correction, right? This is all punishment to correct the wicked of our people, man. And ultimately to punish the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, man. Right? But for all these things, they shall not be turned from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So the majority of people aren't going to take heed to the warnings, right? We're out here each and every day, week in and week out, to warn our people from these things that I'm reading about, man. The plagues, the famine, the tribulation, the anguish, all these things that are sent for punishments for correction, man. Right? But they're not going to take heed. They're not going to come back and serve the Lord in fear and trembling, man. In sincerity and truth. They're not going to turn from their wickedness or even be mindful of these things, man. They're not going to understand that this is the fate of the wicked until it's too late, man. Right? Man, what the hell we got going on? Man, this shit threw out here, man. Salakia. It says, Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Now, what we read, in that article, right? It said, hold on, let me get it. It said a cost of inflation, cost of living crisis, trade wars, capital outflows from emerging markets, widespread social unrest, geopolitical confrontation, and the specter of nuclear war, man. Right? Hey, all the economic downturn is coming, man. You know, like scriptures say, they shall cast their silver and gold in the streets, man. Right? The value of this money is about to go to shit. And that's why you're going to see these plagues and these famines, you know, start to take hold. Like I said, victuals shall be so good cheap. So we're in a state, you know, of abundance in Babylon the Great. You know, even though we're seeing it get smoked with plagues, this place is still doing better than 90% of the earth, man. Right? It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? You know, all that social unrest is about to take place, man. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Because the Lord is sending great death, man, right? Lord willing, I can get a lesson done about that, man, because it's going to be, you know, certain death is going to, you know, befall the majority of people, man. The masses are about to face certain death. Only the elect are going to be redeemed out of this place, man. Right? And that's why we continue to pray, you know, that we stay, you know, in the spirit, that the Lord keeps his spirit on us, man, that we may be able to endure into these last days, man. You know, because he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved, right? It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, man. So there's no escape from this death, you know, outside of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. And we're seeing that, you know, all the plagues, all these things, the polycrises, as we read, you know, these things are having compound effects on each other, man, which is leading to the end of Babylon the Great, man. It says, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. That's how much death is going to be befalling this place, man. You know, it's like it. You know, the earth is going to be desolate, right? The people that you do see are going to be dead bodies, man. It says, where am I at? 27. So that one man shall desire to see another and hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, right? You know, you're going to be, you know, wishing to see somebody, man. Like I said, you're going to desire to hear another person's voice. That's how many people are going to be gone from this place, man. They're going to be in concentration camps. The men are going to be sent over to wherever they're going to be fighting World War III, man. You know, the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat, you know, chiefly. But even in these other countries, man, you know, they're going to be on the front lines. It says, as an orchard of olives upon every tree, there is left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days shall there be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. And, you know, and Lord willing, we be, you know, that grape of the cluster, you know, that the Lord has saved, man. Right? Because like I said, man, these people are going to be out here, you know, in all out confusion, man. You know, that spirit of, what's the word? The social contract is going to be completely done away with, man. They're going to be tapped into that bestial nature, you know, and they're going to be searching houses with the sword, man. Right? For lack of food, you know, for want of bread, as the scriptures say, man. Right? It says, verse 32, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways, and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. So it's gonna be looking like what's it called? I Am Legend, or whatever, end of days movie you want to pick, right? All these places are gonna be overgrown. The forest is gonna take over. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the war, and that's where that 7 women shall take hold of one man. That's that word, or that number 7 going into completion. Just a complete number, because it could be more, right? But that's where that comes from, man, because all the men are either going to have been put to death in these plagues and these pestilences, man, in these uproars of the people, social unrest, put in these concentration camps, sent off to war. What else, man? Teeth of wild beasts taking them. All these men are going to be taken out, man. And we understand there's already more women than men, right? So like it says here, verse 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, because they're going to be in World War III, man. They're going to be those bodies that have to be cleaned up, and buried. It says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So you believers, hear these things and understand, and know this is what's to come, man. As we read, that polycrisis, right, is about to befall the earth. Behold, the word of the Lord. Receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Right, so don't believe, in somebody that's teaching you Jesus Christ, or Buddha, Allah, Krishna, Vishnu, whatever these motherfuckers believe in, man. If it's not Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right, and if it's not this 100% truth, then you gotta stay away from it, man. Stay far away from it. Treat it like the plague, right? Because ultimately, like the plague, that those false philosophies and false doctrines and false gods are going to lead you to death, man. It says, where we at? Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. So they're not easing up, man. They're not going to let up, right? They're coming with full force, right? And they're getting close, man. We're seeing them get closer and closer every day. It says, as a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, right? And we're in the midst, of those birth pains, man. Those dilations, those contractions are coming, man, right? Even so shall not the plagues be slack and come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side, man. And that's the point, man. Sorrows are coming upon this place on every side. There is no escape. You are surrounded, right? You are surrounded by prophecy. Come out with your hands up, man. Right? And if you're not serving the Lord, guess what, man? You're getting open fired on with prophecy, man. Through whatever means, plagues, pestilences, famine, the sword, all these things, are about to befall the earth, man. And as we read, that polycrisis is, it's coming upon the whole earth, man. In every avenue, every facet of society, there's destruction, man. We're seeing the fall. There's no escape. Every aspect of this world, the Lord has prophecies designed to destroy, man. And to bring the end. Now let's read that 39 again. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. The whole world is going to be mourning, man. Right? It says, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Now let's go back. Let me see if I can get that polycrisis word. It says a polycrisis is a cluster of related global risk with compounding effects such that the overall impact exceeds the sum of each part. Global risk, man. That compound upon each other, man. One after another, after another, after another, man. On all sides, in every facet, there is no escape. These prophecies, man. There's no escape. There's no way out outside of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? And like we read, it says, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So hear these things. Take heed, man. Come back and serve the Lord with fear and trembling. You brothers and sisters who hear these videos, who hear these video epistles, these lessons, who see the camps, who are witness to camps in person, right? It says, hear these things and understand them, man. This is what's coming upon the earth, man. Right? Famine, plague, death, destruction, evils and only evils, man. Evils and only evils is coming upon the earth, right? And there's no escaping them, man. Prophecy's got the whole world surrounded, man. Right? Hey. Look, man, it's the only way out is to serve the Lord, man. There's no alternative, right? There's no other option. Either that or you fall victim to what he has out here to judge, the wicked, man. Right? You fall victim to these scourges that he has set for amendment. But Lord willing, that was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. I pray that was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Wa Kwam Yasharala, wa Abad Babal, man. A DTA soon. We almost home, man. We almost out of here. Shalom.